With stunning 8K HDR video, super steady stabilization, IP68 water resistant, and a fast f1.6 aperture, the QooCam 3 Ultra delivers some incredible 360-degree footage, so let's check out what this camera can do. So full disclosure before we get started though, the video is sponsored by Candao, and they've sent me the QooCam 3 Ultra to showcase to you guys. So the QooCam 3 Ultra delivers some impressive specs in a relatively compact size, and I have to say from my first use, even without any HDR, I was very impressed with the results. Now we've got plenty of options and customizations for both photo and video on top of a very easy to control system whether you want to use your phone or set things up directly on the camera itself. So I've got the QooCam 3 Ultra, the extendable selfie stick and the lens protectors, and I have to say the lens protectors work incredibly well. After testing the camera with and without the lens protectors, I can't see any difference in quality, so I highly recommend using them. So as you can see here, the QooCam 3 delivers some stunning video, and this was actually from my first test without using any HDR. But I would recommend anyone who gets this to go straight into settings and enable the HDR from the minute you get the camera, unless you're concerned with storage space. But with 128GB of internal storage, as well as support for up to a 1TB microSD card, there's really no need to be worried about storage. Now for those that don't know the difference between standard capture and high dynamic range, you can see this example here that shows you how much more detail we get in the dark and the bright areas when it comes to HDR content. Now this camera is clearly meant for high quality 360-degree videos rather than being a full-on action cam, but I strapped it to my bike anyway and went for a cycle, and as you can see it's done a great job with the capture, and it's also done a really good job with the microphone, and the editing software on top of all that gives plenty of options for noise reduction and wind reduction, so I decided to put this to the test and cycle directly into the heavy wind, and this is the result.
Right, so I extended the camera out a bit. Now the stick that it's held on is actually a bit wobbly, so I think that's going to come out in the footage. But this is 8K, 30 frames a second, out on the bike. Now it's important to note that this isn't really an action cam. So this one is more for high quality footage rather than just sporting and stuff like that. But it will be interesting to see how it comes out like, how it does with stabilization. There's not much light here in the shadows, but now we're approaching the light. So we should get a much better video here. And it's also going to be interesting to see how it deals with the audio, as there is a lot of wind coming out right now, so no doubt that is also going to be coming out of the microphone. But as I said, it's not really an action cam, this was just a test. Now here I thought we'd just do a bit of an example on a busy road, so I'll give you an idea of what the sound's like. You're going to see big trucks and stuff coming past me, so that's going to create a lot of noise. Again, we're at 8K, 30 frames a second on this video, but I thought I'll just do a walk so you can sort of hear my voice along with the ambient voice. And if I just put the stick on full extension, now obviously the camera is miles away from me, so this will give you an idea of what it sounds like with busy noise and the camera far away. So you can see the best thing about this is the video quality. The video quality is stunning in that 8K 30. It stitches everything together really nicely, much better than some of the 360 cameras I've used in the past. But there you go, so that's the audio quality.
So now onto the video, and not only does the QooCam 3 Ultra offer stunning video quality thanks to dual 1/1.7-inch CMOS sensors, but it also offers plenty of choice in customization. Now the full resolution is 8K and you can record at 30 frames a second or even 24 or 25 depending on your preference. And for the bulk of my filming I've been using the 8K 30 option. If you've got something a little bit more fast paced that you're filming, you can opt for 5.7K, which offers 60 frames per second, 50, 30, 25 and 24. And here's an example of some recording in 5.7K. And if you fancy some of that good old super smooth slow-mo, you can even record it at 120 frames a second or 100 frames a second if you switch to 4K, and this is the result you're going to get from that. Now you can also opt to use one of the lenses which offer up to 60 frames a second at 4K and 100 frames per second at 3.4K, and all of the lower resolutions are also downsampled from the 8K to give you this nice and clear image, and we get a video bitrate of 150 megabit per second. And when it comes to photos, we've got support for 14-bit DNG thanks to the dynamic range boost option, and we can take 360-degree photos or panoramas, And we can choose 96 megapixel photos, which is a resolution of 13,888 by 6,944, or you can choose 24 megapixel photos, which is 6,944 by 3,472. Now here are a few photos I've taken, and as you can see, they're great. I also do a little bit of VFX editing, so this is also going to be really useful to take photos of a real environment that I can then use as an HDRI in the 3D world. Now the highlight for me has just been the 8K 10-bit HLG footage though, which not only looks incredible, but it offers so much more versatility when it comes to your editing. And on the subject of editing, I found the QooCam Studio app pretty easy and intuitive to use from the get-go. And you've got all of the camera controls on the bottom left, which you can change or keyframe to your needs. And then you've also got plenty of enhancement and options on the right hand side, and you can see it's things like noise reduction, stitching, and the horizon settings for the stabilization. And we can also track a subject in here as well, but of course you can use other software if you prefer. Now in terms of using the camera, it's also incredibly easy to use and change settings on the camera itself. You can connect up your phone and change the settings on your mobile device, which is what I had to do most of the time with my previous 360 camera. But actually, the navigation on the QooCam 3 Ultra device is really good, so I've been using the camera itself most of the time. We've got this 2.19-inch touchscreen display to see exactly what's in frame, although it's a 360 camera, so pretty much everything is. And if we swipe down from the top, we get settings like brightness, orientation lock, LAN on or off, volume, Bluetooth mic pairing, and settings. Now in settings, this is where you can select 10-bit color as well as dynamic range boost. We've also got an anti-flicker option you turn on or off. We've got the video segment length, bitrate, microphone gain, lens protector on or off, and much more settings and configurations to look at. Now if we swipe in from the left side, it shows us everything we've recorded, and you can also play back on the device. And it's got a built-in speaker as well, so you can also hear exactly what's going on. If we swipe in from the right, you can change the shutter, the exposure value, and white balance, but of course if you don't know what you're doing, just leave everything on auto. And there's also a clipping warning option in the top right, and this just gives you an on-screen display of what's being clipped in the highlights and the shadows. If we swipe up from the bottom, we can select the resolution settings, and of course this is always going to be different depending on what mode you're in, whether that's photos, videos, or something else. And to change mode, you just press the option in the bottom left, and as you can see here, I've got the choice of time-lapse, loop recordings, video and photo, as well as interval, DNG8 and AEB, which is auto exposure bracketing. And over on the right, we can also select between 360-degree filming, or we can use one of the lenses for 180. So as you can see, it's no problem to quickly and easily change the settings if you want on the device. But if you prefer to use the smartphone, then you can also change all of the settings on there, as well as getting a live preview. And we've got all of the same settings available. Now you just press connect and it automatically connects, and you can either control the camera with your phone or look at your recordings and transfer them to your phone as well. There's also a home section on the app, and it shows you all of these creative shots that are possible with the 360 camera. If you press on one, it tells you what you need to do and how you need to film the shot correctly. You can then just choose this template and apply it to one of your videos. So overall, I have to say I'm really impressed with the QooCam 3 Ultra. If you want some high quality 360 video, then it's definitely a good choice. As I said, I don't think it's really meant to be an action camera as such, but you can still strap it to anything you like and use it as one. And thanks to the IP68 water resistance, it doesn't matter if it gets wet. Now the whole camera is just really easy to use, and it's also quite easy to edit the footage afterwards using their software. And then once I've framed or tracked the video in their software, I bring it into Premiere Pro and do all of my color grading. Now of course, I've placed a link to the QooCam 3 Ultra down in the description below, so if you want to get your hands on one, then go ahead and check that out now. And I hope I've covered everything for you guys in today's video, but if there's anything I've missed or you've got any questions at all, then just ask them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with the latest tech.